Alright guys, today's goal is to solve equations with variables on both sides, but we're actually going to do a little more than that today. Today we're going to focus on not only solving them, but justifying them as well. So, and justify the solution method. Okay? So, just one small step forward from what we were talking about yesterday in the video that you guys all should have watched at home yesterday. But, just in case you didn't, we're going to cover not only that material, but today's material as well. Alright, let's go ahead and move on. Again, we have three solution types: one solution, no solution, infinitely many solutions. These you need to have memorized. One solution, no solution, infinitely many solutions. You should have learned that yesterday, so we're going to move on. My first problem is 3r minus 5 equals negative 2r. So when I take a look at this, what I'm going to see first, and it literally just jumps off the screen at me, is I've got the 3r and the negative 2r. They're on opposite sides of my equation, so I need to make sure they're gone. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add 2r to both sides. Actually, you know what? That's how we did it yesterday. Today, let's just subtract 3r from both sides. Guys, it really doesn't matter which direction we move in. Just pick one and run with it. Over time, you'll learn to recognize which way is going to be the most efficient and work on it that way. So now I'm going to divide both sides by negative 5. And I end up with r equals 1. Or, rewritten into the proper form, r equals 1. So now what I'm going to do is I want you guys to tell me what happened from here to here and here to here. This right here in red doesn't matter. We just rewrote it. It's not that big of a deal. Go ahead, pause the video, take 45 seconds, tell me what happened during each of the orange arrows. When you guys are ready to move on, push play. Alright, so you are completely correct, hopefully. And here you said subtract 3r. Here you said divide negative 5. So when I come over here, I've got 1, 2, 3 steps. Let's go ahead and justify that. Step 1, step 2, step 3. Step 1 is always what? Given. Very good. Hopefully you guys actually said that. If not, it's okay. Step 2. So I subtracted 3r. I subtracted, which tells me it's the subtraction. And I did it from both sides. I know this wasn't just a number, guys. But whether it's a term, a number, a variable, however you want to look at it, it all works the same way. So we've got the subtraction property of equality. And then for step 3, we've got the division property of equality. The justification, guys, for this is almost identical to anything else we've done so far. We're just going to kind of roll it all into one and understand that sometimes when we say the subtraction property of equality or the addition property of equality, we're actually talking about variables now instead of just numbers. So let's go ahead and move on. And we've got 7x minus 3 equals 2x plus 9. I want you guys to go ahead and solve this for me, please. One more time, go ahead and solve this for me. Pause the video, take 45 seconds, and solve the problem. Alright, very good. So you should have gone 5x minus 3 equals 9. 5x equals 12. X equals 12 over 5. That's one way to do it. The other way to do it would have been to go and do negative 3 equals negative 5x plus 9. Negative 12 equals negative 5x. Divide both sides by negative 5. Negative by a negative is a positive. And you get 12 over 5 equals x. Very important, guys. This solution are the same. If I'm doing a problem in two different ways, as long as both methods are correct. No. As long as both of my methods are correct, I should get the same answer. If one of my methods is incorrect, then that doesn't really work. Alright? So what I want you guys to do is, now that you know this, go through, pick one of these two, I don't care which one, and tell me step by step what happened. Step by step what happened. Once you guys have that done, go ahead and push play again, and we'll move on. Alright, now that you guys have told me what happened, I want you to move on and justify. So what happened is good to know. It's helping to explain how we're doing something. But why we are able to do it is infinitely more important. So what I want you guys to do is please justify exactly what's going on here. One more time, please justify exactly what's going on here, why you were able to take each step. Pause the video as soon as you guys are ready to move on. Go ahead and push play. Alright guys, this time around, I want you to solve it for me. Tell me what happened, and then I'll write the justification, because the justification for this one is a little goofy. So let's go ahead and do this. Pause the video, solve it, and tell me what you did step by step, and then we'll be ready to move on. Okay, so this time around you got 9j minus 3 equals 9j. Negative 3 equals 0. No solution, right? Awesome. Let's go ahead and look. From here to here, here to here, here to here, I got 1, 2, 3, 4. Step 1 is always a given, no matter what I'm doing. Step 2. I take a look, and from step 1 to step 2, I just combine like terms, so my justification is CLT, or combine like terms. 2 to 3, I subtracted the 9j from both sides, so that's going to give me the subtraction property of equality. I'm just going to abbreviate that sub POE. And then from 3 to 4, this is where it gets a little goofy, because all I did was I recognized something, or I defined it. I said negative 3 can never equal 0. Therefore, there's no solution. But that's not enough, guys. That's not a justification. That's a rationale. That's what I was thinking while I did it. It's not ever actually explaining why. So what I want you guys to do is go ahead and, for number 4, when we think about this, what we're actually using to say, hey, this is true, is the definition, the DEF, of equality. Because the definition of equality is what tells me negative 3 equals 0 is not possible. That's it. What I want you guys to do now is we're going to fast forward a little bit here. I would like you guys to go ahead and solve this one for me. Explain what you did. And then, most important of all, justify. Solve, explain, justify. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, go ahead and pause the video, solve, explain, justify, and push play when you're ready to move on. Okay, so you should have gone through and done that one, and I'm going to assume that you've already gone through it with either Miss N or myself, depending on the class. Now, let's go ahead and look at this one. Yesterday, I didn't really explain this one, so let's look very carefully. Just like when I combined like terms before I moved on, I have to be willing to distribute also. So I'm going to walk you guys through how to solve this one. And we start by distributing the 3. And I get 7a minus 12 equals 6a plus 12. Now I'm going to subtract the 6a from both sides. Minus 6a, minus 6a. A minus 12 equals 12. Add 12, add 12. A equals 24. That's my final answer. I want you guys to go through, please, and justify this for me. Justify. And when you're ready to move on, go ahead and push play. Alright guys, this will be the last piece for today. What I want you guys to do is go ahead and copy these 3 down on a half sheet of paper. A couple of you guys got to this yesterday, but not very many of you. So what I want you guys to do is copy these down on a half sheet of paper. Your assignment is twofold. Solve in two ways. Hey guys, I'm going to give you a hint right now. If I move my S to that side, that would be one way. To that side would be another way. So that's step one. Step two, justify each method. If you guys are doing this correctly, okay, your justification should be just slightly different. Because if I'm approaching it two different ways, then obviously I can't use the same justification when I did different steps. So I want you guys to go ahead, complete this. Anything not done, now that I think of it, this isn't going to work on a half sheet of paper. Not going to work on a half sheet of paper. So don't try it on a half sheet of paper. But what I do want you to try is on a full sheet of paper, solve each one of these three in two ways and then justify the solution methods. This is due tomorrow if you're not done by the time it's time to rotate groups. All right, ladies and gentlemen, go ahead and have a great day.